This is Blind Like Me with Tim Black. Tim is visually impaired and loves to find the latest tech and apps for those who are visually impaired or blind.
Well, hi there and welcome to Blind Like Me. It is Tim, and yes, we have been away for a little bit. I've been working on a whole bunch of other projects, some other podcasts, and a website, which, by the way, you can find everything, my podcasts, on my website at timblackonair.com. So I encourage you to go and check that out again. timblackonair.com is where you can find us on the World Wide Web. And we do promise that coming in the new year, there will be more regular updates on Blind Like Me, because apparently there's quite a few of you who, listen to this little podcast. And again, I thank you very much for listening, subscribing, and of course, following us. And you can do that on all the regular platforms. Well, this is going to be somewhat of a quick little podcast, because hopefully it will get a quick fix. If you have updated your iOS device, there's a new iOS update has been pushed out from Apple. It is iOS 13.3, and there's some bugs in it. There's bugs in it. The bugs that I found right away, I noticed as soon as I updated, I noticed something odd about my phone. And I'm one of those people who I'm running it in dark mode, and then I also use the smart invert. And I noticed when I did the smart invert to turn it on and turn it off, the phone changed color slightly. There was like a little bit of a flash on the screen. Now I can see that. You may not be able to see that, but I saw that flash. And the other thing I noticed too is that to enter your password, I noticed that there was kind of some whiteness around the numbers. And I went, okay, this is kind of bizarre, but maybe, it's just kind of a something. Anyways, go in and, playing around, doing what we normally do on the phone. And I noticed something else that was kind of buggy. And that was when I tapped into Zoom. So I have Zoom and Smart Invert running at the same time. I tapped into Zoom and the Smart Invert turned off. That was actually the reaction that I had. So that happened. And then the other thing that I noticed is the fact that Smart Invert was not inverting on websites. So if you're somebody who has been, able to, invert the color on a website with Smart Invert, it's not working properly right now. Now, there is the classic invert. You can switch over to that, and that, of course, will take care of all of your problems. But the Smart Invert is supposed to be one of those ones that, makes your phone look normal, but still helps you out. I called Apple. I got to tell you, because I was a little frustrated, and I thought, okay, well, I wonder if anybody else has reported this. So I called Apple, and they were really great about it. I will give Apple 110% kudos for being on the ball with this. The folks I talked to tried it on their devices and went, oh, hey, yeah, that's not what it's supposed to be doing. So they did a little bit more research, and apparently it has already been flagged. So we're recording this episode on December 12th. It has already been flagged and hopefully will be pushed out for another update. So if you are somebody who's visually impaired and blind and you rely on the Smart Invert, I would not, if you have not done it yet, push your next update to the iOS 13.3. Wait till a fix comes out. Don't be like me and all excited about the updates. Although I have that auto update thing on, so it was kind of on my own. Anyways, so there you go. There's a couple of bugs for the accessibility options, and this the only one these two that I know. I kind of didn't go any further because I thought, okay, we're going to stop here. Again, Smart Invert not working properly. Smart Invert in Zoom not working properly. If you find any other glitches, best advice, contact Apple, let them know. You can drop me an email, timblackonair@gmail.com, and I will certainly follow up and explore those a little bit more with the folks at Apple. But I would expect that they will do a push out of another update fairly soon, because apparently the engineers are working on it. So there you go. Thanks for listening to this edition of Blind Like Me. As I mentioned off the top, you can find all of my other podcasts and everything else that we're working on, timblackonair@gmail.com. And as I mentioned too, we do promise to have more episodes coming out in the new year. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to Blind Like Me with Tim Black. If you have an app or product that can help make a blind person's day easier and you'd like it featured, contact Tim at blindlikeme@outlook.com or find us on Facebook.